Good morning. It's been a while. I decided to take a break from YouTube for personal choices, and it's what it is. Uh, Based on the viewing that I get, it's okay. The people that will miss me will be the ones that are in the future watching these in chronological order. You'll get more. So, morning thoughts. Morning thoughts are simply this. You're never really aware of the people around you and the effect that they have on you until they either find better work or move on to better things themselves. And whenever those people around you cement themselves into your foundation, then that can become a problem for you. So when you sit there and you see that that person is no longer there, and a part of you are holding them as a shield in your life, that becomes a problem. So then you got to take deep breaths. You got to make sure things are going okay. And if the dang season is acting the way it does, you won't be able to have much to do with it because you also feel like you can't breathe because of the sinus season going back and forth. Pennsylvania is one of those areas where I really just wish that it wouldn't be the way it is, but it is. So the State of the Union. What's funny about the State of the Union is that President Donald Trump knows how to rally people, and simply because he knows how to rally people, it's one of those things that just is amazing. He used the little catchphrases and words that the media uses to bring people back and show them what they have to see. But essentially, he really rallied the people in that room. You saw the people that are upset, but he showed what is possible. So he talked about the way that the State of the Union was. He talked about the economy and the way that the positive influences are. He talked about how essentially those positive influences for the economy are some of his greatest accomplishments. But one of the things that stands out to me was that the first thing that he did was separate the parties from each other and identify that it's no longer about being about the party, it's about the people of the United States. So not many people can say that's a bad thing to say, because they would not be caught dead saying that they don't support the people of the United States. The rest of the State of the Union addressed the issues on the border. President Donald Trump also used the words that they said about the wall being immoral. He said the state that the border is currently in, the actual current climate at the border is immoral, and it is. And if you have people that are being trafficked up here, and those people are sometimes trafficking drugs or sex trade or both, that is an immoral situation. So would a wall actually help? Maybe, but we'll have to see. But what's really wise would be is to find out people that actually have the say in it. Those people being the Border Patrol agents and ICE, the ones that deal with the actual border situation. I don't deal with the border situation in Pennsylvania all that much because we don't see the migrants up this way, and if they are up this way, they're keeping themselves in their own little cultural groups and or gangs. I am not saying that all immigrants are in gangs. I am saying this simply enough. Those people that do make it up this way keep to themselves. And I have no issue with immigrants. But so the other thing is State of the Union. He simply addressed what was going on and just how life can go. And his points were good. The Democratic ladies were all wearing white, most of them at least. A whiteout, I guess, is what they're doing. And essentially, they were showing solidarity for one another and the causes that they had. Here's where Trump's mastery comes into play, because simply enough, Trump brought up the things that would appeal to them. Trump brought up this single fact that there's more women in politics today than there ever has been in history. He brought up the single fact that more women are being hired for jobs that are, have the appeal that most men are going after. And, he appealed to the people. There was a few things that you could hear silence in there, and then onesies and twosies cheering, and then you could hear some scoffing in the background. But his points, I don't think there was one point that he didn't have a valid statement making. So essentially, I'm trying not to wreck right now. So essentially, the and with infanticide, it's legitimately legal now. And the way that the bills are being written in the states that allow this to happen is that if there's any type of distress on the mom can legitimately cut the baby's life. That's not right. And of course, we have our pro-life and pro-choicers making their side, and there's memes that come out supporting both sides. And simply, I don't think the situations such as killing a baby that's being born should be summed up in a meme. And my street is closed. Anyway, it means I'm going down the other way. So, essentially, if we can sum up the big issue in a meme, that means that one side is not doing a good job or not. Abortion and pro-life people are going to always argue because they believe that the best argument to sit is that a man can never tell a woman what to do with her body. It's not a man telling anybody what to do with her body. It's simply being right. If we're going to sit there and promote the lifestyles that my entire street's closed off, okay. So if we're going to promote lifestyles that cause women stress on their bodies because of a baby, then those lifestyles should be no longer promoted. If we're going to say it's a woman's body and she has the right to choose, well, if she has the right to choose to sleep with any guy that she wants to sleep with and she gets pregnant, does she have the right to end the life that she just created? Now, I honestly want to tell you that I know the answer to that. But today, our society demonstrates that there is a lot of us that does not. So, I am pro-consequence. This is the last part of this video. I am pro-consequence simply because pro-consequence is the most responsible way to look at things. I believe that there's a creator of the universe, and I believe that he's going to make all of us answer for the decisions that we have. The sin that I have, I'm going to have to answer for. The sin that I struggle with daily, I'm going to have to answer for. Okay? I believe that answering will happen whenever we bow down and we confess that Jesus Christ is our Lord, and we'll have to take account for what we've done in this world. So, I'm pro-consequence. I'm not pro-life. I'm not pro-choice. I love pro-choice. I love pro-life people. I love both sides. But simply, I cannot sit there and just see this country being torn apart because of nonsense. So pro-consequence is the answer. So you decide that you have to go through life, and I'm making some choices right now that could pay off really well. It could really, really hurt me. We won't know, but I made those choices. So down the road, whenever the actual reward or the punishment comes, I have to answer for that. And whenever that punishment comes, or whenever that reward comes, I at least know in my heart that it's because of me and no one else. I cherish the life of a child because simply that child's life could be something that's just amazing. Car was shaking like it was trying to, engage the brakes a little bit. But there's conditions out there that it would justify in some people's heads to eliminate the child, and there's certain people out here that wouldn't be here today if their parents thought that. There's certain people that are, whether it's the people that are autistic, people that have Down syndrome, people that are born because their parents decided to drink while they were pregnant, and fetal alcohol syndrome. You just don't know. You just don't know how life can actually throw that. So Proconsequence allows us to actually understand that we have to live with that. It's a different story if the mother is going to be dead and the child is going to be dead. Okay. Then you make the decision on which life to save. If the doctors say that the mother's life is going to be the one that's saved, then you have to allow that in the hands of those doctors. And I don't believe that God would hold either the woman or the doctor or the husband for allowing the child to die. And then we have to consider, maybe it's the mother that is bound to be the one that passes away. And if the mother chooses to sacrifice her life for the kid, you have to be willing to let the mother die. So, Proconsequence. If you rob a bank, you're going to jail. If you sleep around and you get pregnant, you're going to have a kid. So, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll add the little buttons later. I'm going to get to bed. See you guys later.